Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into quite a stack of football intelligence. We've got the UEFA U21 Euros, the Finnish Veikkausliiga, and the Norwegian OBOS-ligaen.
Right.
And our mission, really, is to find those, crucial nuggets, those surprising patterns that go a bit deeper than just the basic stats.
Exactly. We're trying to spot those strategic opportunities, aren't we? By looking closely at team form, tactics, even some, unique historical trends.
Yeah.
It's about giving you that shortcut to being, genuinely well-informed. And what's really fascinating, I think, is how the data shows potential not just for goals overall, but like specific timing patterns within the matches.
Okay, so let's jump right into the UEFA U21 Euro then. Those final group stage matches, they must be pretty tense.
Oh, absolutely. Take Denmark U21 versus Finland U21, for example.
Yeah.
Denmark, they're already through. Finland, though, they desperately need a win. It's do or die for them.
Big difference in motivation there.
Huge.
Yeah.
And that contrast often means Finland has to play, a more aggressive, open attacking style right from the start. They need goals.
Creates gaps.
Exactly, early gaps. And Denmark, with less pressure, maybe they're not quite as defensively tight,
Right.
So this specific dynamic, it really boosts the potential for over 2.5 goals, so 3 or more goals total, and also both teams to score, BTTS. And the history between them backs that up too.
That's a sharp point about Finland's tribe. But what about Denmark? Being already through, how does that lack of pressure show up? Does it make them, more vulnerable or maybe more experimental?
That's a really good question. Often, a team with less on the line might relax a bit defensively, maybe try things out. It can lead to a more expansive game, less cautious. Now, think about a heavyweight clash like England U21 versus Germany U21.
Right, big one.
Both teams just packed with attacking talent, high stakes for winning the group. Well, our data points towards a high-scoring game there, too, both teams finding the net.
And Germany's defense.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Germany has shown some defensive weaknesses. Remember, they let in 2 goals against the Czech Republic even after going 4-0 up. That tells you something.
True. And then there's the Netherlands U21 versus Ukraine U21 match. The Dutch are in a must-win spot there, right?
Yeah, and this brings up an important point, actually. How much do we weigh historical patterns against the current tournament situation?
Okay.
Because despite their past head-to-heads maybe showing fewer goals, the Netherlands' sheer desperation now, combined with Ukraine's really dangerous counterattack, it makes over 2.5 goals in BTTS pretty strong considerations. That immediate need for points can completely reshape how a match plays out.
Interesting. Okay, let's pivot a bit. From that youth international intensity to the Finnish Veikkausliiga, you mentioned uncovering some counterintuitive patterns there.
Yeah, definitely. What's quite compelling is the Ilves versus SJK match.
Ilves, SJK.
Got it. Now, both these teams generally are involved in high-scoring games. That's their usual style. But their recent matches against each other, head-to-head, have been surprisingly low-scoring. Yeah. So that suggests a potential under 2.5 goals play might be worth looking at. Yeah, it's what we call a strong contrarian indicator, goes against the grain.
Fascinating. And then Mariam versus KuPS, you said the data there pointed to something really specific.
Very specific. It's all about the second half. KuPS score, get this, 83% of their goals after halftime. 83%.
Wow.
And Mariam, they concede 14 of their 17 home goals. Also in the second half. It's quite a stark pattern.
That is remarkable. So moving to the bigger picture then, the Norwegian OBOS-ligaen, that's their second tier.
And it's consistently high scoring as a league. Fixtures there often lean towards over 2.5 goals and both teams to score. It's just generally more open, it seems.
And even within that high scoring environment, there are these precise little details that jump out, like league leaders Lillestrom.
Yeah.
Strong tendency for early goals, often scoring multiple times before halftime even.
Right, early starters. But for a really nuanced pattern, maybe look at Lyn versus Raufoss.
Okay, Lyn versus Raufoss. What's the story there?
Well, Raufoss has this strong draw tendency recently. 4 draws in their last 5 matches.
Okay, lots of draws.
And here's the interesting bit. All 5 of their away goals this season scored in the second half. Every single one.
All of them after halftime.
Yep. Which suggests a patient approach, maybe adaptive, could even be influenced by they had that recent 3-point deduction for financial issues. Maybe pushing them to be a bit more cautious early on.
Could be. So wrapping this up then, what does this all mean for you listening?
Yeah.
I guess it's about recognizing that these general league trends, individual team motivations, desperate situations, even specific head-to-head dynamics, they can all reveal these surprising insights, right? Things you don't just see on the score sheet.
Absolutely. Knowledge is, well, it's most valuable when you understand it and can apply it. These deep dives, they really highlight how understanding the why behind the numbers, like a team's desperation or a unique scoring pattern, or even those off-field factors, it just reveals so much more than only looking at the basic stats or the final score.
So maybe the question for you is, what fresh insight really stands out from today's dive? And how might you apply this kind of critical thinking to the information you come across day to day?
Keep exploring, definitely keep questioning, and just remember, there's always more to learn, more to uncover if you look beyond the obvious surface.